Hi, everybody. Welcome to Under Review, where we give it to you real, raw. I wouldn't be me if I didn't make like I'm really making a little Instagram video.
Word, like we not really live.
Welcome to Under Review, where we give it to you. Okay, let's get it together. Hey guys. Oh my gosh. See, this what happens when you don't have it together to post.
Man.
All right, I'm back. I'm in full effect.
You want to be extra and shit.
You want to be a little extra. We have Lawrence. Hey, Lawrence.
Hello.
Special guest, my little big bro, Jerry in the house.
Yo.
Stop leaving me
What's
hanging.
good? Oh, shit.
Pay attention to Nashi. You know, we give it to you real. We give it to you raw. We give you our perspective.
Happy National Women's Month.
Yeah. He's only saying that because I literally just got on.
So I got I want to do a little shout out. So I got the Brown Mill. They a place out of Newark. So I can't really turn around, but they just did this whole. Because I don't want to like hit the mic, but like they got the little like Women International Day type feel. You know, I don't know if y'all saw that, but
I don't know if they saw that. You don't want to hit the mic, but we counted the table last week, right?
Shout out to all the women.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So we ain't got no table today though, so we good now. We straight.
Good. We get to free.
Yep. But shout out to Brown Mill though. They got an event this Friday. It's like a game night. It's really dope.
They're so they're a clothing company
based
in Newark?
Yeah, based in Newark on Halsey Street. They real lit. Like I bought a few stuff from the
Black owned?
Black, of course, Black owned, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a free plug right there.
Word, you know, I had to. I was gonna do it before when I wore it, but I forgot, you know, so I had to.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, before we get totally into it, let's tell the people where to follow us. Make sure you guys share, like, subscribe, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We're just everywhere. NFL Combine just happened.
Yeah.
Did anybody watch it or pay attention? And be honest.
Live?
Or recaps or whatever.
I did watch a little recaps.
Yeah. I had my guys who I wanted to watch.
Yeah.
I had my guys, Keon, Salvador from ODU, tackle coming out. Who's a quarterback from Alabama?
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young,
Who everybody is
that.
saying is undersized.
Too short.
So
But
it's crazy. I mean, because I feel like they always in college, and Lawrence, you could talk about like, they usually always, I feel like when they get your height, they get you with your cleats on, usually, right? Like in college or not?
We have a real height and weight, but everyone is bumped up 2 to 3 inches,
like
and their weight,
in
their weight is bumped up.
Sports.
But in the combine, they get it right though. That's why they was on.
They have him listed at 204, but they were fearful that he was like 190 max, and they have him at 5'10" and 1/8. I think Kyler Murray is
around there.
10. I mean, Russell Wilson is small.
Around the same.
Drew Brees was small.
The same thing. Yep.
I think they're worried about him being on the thinner side because Kyler Murray is short, but he's
like 210, right?
Thick,
probably?
like he's solid.
Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
They said Bryce Young was looking to get up to 210 to like solidify some things in terms of his lack of height, of
But the fear
size.
is, well, Tua Tagovailoa. He is a smaller guy, and I guess they're trying to use that as their model.
He may be injury prone or something like that.
But he isn't.
You can also use like Russell Wilson as the same kind of counter argument kind of thing. Is like Russell
There's
Wilson.
more counter arguments than there, and what he's done in. Well, I don't know if you know, little bro, but I'm not a fan of Alabama quarterbacks in the NFL because they usually don't translate. They usually don't.
That's valid.
Don't count Jalen Hurts. He's the outlier, and maybe they usually don't.
But Tua
what?
Bro, all right, take out the concussions. He was balling.
I agree.
Yes, he was. He got a different approach, and he did well. He did. Outside of Bryce Young, Anthony Richardson, anybody?
I mean, it was he killed it, right? Like 4.4, 4.43 in this 40.
Yeah,
it's vertical. Vertical's like 40.
He checked all the boxes
but it's
on
like,
paper.
Turn on the tape, man. Yeah, turn on the tape. Like,
him in Florida, he wasn't
he made some mistakes.
Yeah,
it's they say the eye in the sky never lies, or whatever the case may be. So the combine is like not cute to be dismissive or anything like that. Not dismissing the great talent that he possessed, but it's kind of the same argument with Will Levis as well. Like these guys are like full on not what ifs, but projects. They have a lot of work to get done. They're not walking in as
ready to go.
Day one starters, franchise. You know, these guys are taking over the franchise. And CJ Stroud, Bryce Young, those guys, they're coming off of back-to-back 40-plus touchdown seasons. They probably
CJ Stroud checked all the boxes as well. Literally was like damn near perfect.
Yeah.
If you watch CJ Stroud play against Georgia, that's kind of all you need to see. I watch Bryce Young play against the Texas game. The last drive of the Texas game, Alabama, Bryce Young with the ball in his hands.
It was crazy.
Like, I see why. Like, I see he's like a baby or a little Pat Mahomes. I'm a huge Pat Mahomes fan, but he's like a little Pat Mahomes, creative point guard with the ball. He knows how to get it there. When to get it there is never, there's a blitz coming kind of thing, or never like putting it in a bad spot. But
there's some talent at the combine.
For sure.
On defense, there was a lot of talent. Those linebackers, the linebackers lit it up. The linemen had some talent. Yeah. Cody Mauch, I hope I'm not killing his name. I don't know if you guys saw him. Kind of like ginger, long hair, is missing
missing the front tooth.
Missing his front teeth.
Yeah.
But he wasn't the best out the bunch, but he stood out. And plus, he looked scary as hell. So I wouldn't want to fuck with him if I was on the opposite end of him.
See, like I feel like in the combine, I'm really probably like 3 drills I'm really worried about. Everything else, because really I care about the explosiveness. So in your 40, I want to see the first 10 yards, see how explosive you are. Your 3 cone drill, I care about that because I want to see how your explosiveness is, going either direction, right?
Yeah.
And I'm blanking on the third one, but like I feel like
vertical.
I mean the broad jump too, because I do want to see how explosive your lower.
Yeah.
Exactly, because that's like in football. And Lawrence, you speak about this, like how quick you are, how explosive you are, is really what changes like the good players from the great players. And So like that, I feel like that's what I more care about. But like when it comes to like these quarterbacks just like throwing against air, kind of like, you want to see their arm strength.
To him saying it's cute, and I don't mean that disrespectfully.
But it's the facts though.
It's the truth.
Because it's like, bro, I care about when a blitz coming and somebody's covering them. Are you gonna put it in the bucket? Like that's where I like.
QB's throwing it to. Well, lately, let's be transparent. When they're at the combine, you're throwing it to somebody that you played with in college that you already have that chemistry with. So when you line up with another receiver, right, and that receiver is just a second faster or a little bit slower, who looks worse, the quarterback or the receiver, right? Who looks worse?
I would say the quarterback because you're dealing with the best of the best. Right. Like there's no.
You're supposed to be able to put that thing where it's supposed to go, drop it in the bucket every single time.
You're here for a reason. Like you have that skill, that talent, that package for a reason, kind of thing. It's like show up. Now it's like, and like Jerry said, it's like, throwing against air and putting the ball and throwing it 70 yards down the field and throwing it fast.
It's like watching the kids.
Like you go out there and throw for 3 months and go out there and put on a nice little throwing combine or, and I'm not dismissing,
we're not dismissing
at all.
We're not dismissing the combine. We love it because you need to see the talent. Yeah. It is outside of seeing the talent. The combine is a great place for teams to interview players, but it's just kind of crazy because teams don't be showing up to the combine.
Really matter more. Like that's really what I feel like when you want to. If I'm a scout or if I'm a GM and I'm planning on this draft, looking at my team, my roster, who can really impact my team, I care more about tape.
As opposed to
combine is good to see the skill, right? So I can know what they can possibly do on the field.
And get to know the player if you take the time out to.
Exactly. But really, if I really want to see maybe like how, a receiver will meld with, say a Joe Burrow or a Patty Mahomes or something like that. If I'm their GM, I care more about the tape, bro.
Yeah.
Like, cause that's where I'm gonna see your field awareness on the field. Like, that's what I care more about as a GM, than just the combine. Like I feel like it's a nice center stage to put these younger kids, put them under the lights early before they get to the league. So that's a good thing too. But, that's why I ain't watch it, bro. I've watched it so many years before. And, look, I've seen, like, dudes, like, fucking run. I forgot. It was, like, a couple years. Dude ran, like, a 4.2.
That's what you get hyped about. Wow,
John
the fastest
Yeah,
ever.
and what the fuck happened to him? Like, you feel me? Like, that's why I'm kind of like, yo.
It's actually crazy. A buddy of mine, I was training. And the place I was training had like a guy who was like trying to make the team. He was on the practice squad working, I think for the Bengals or whatever. And told me like, what's the situation with John Ross? Like one of the fastest kids ever, like da 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 da. And he was like, all that speed don't work when you can't read the playbook. And it was just like, and he just said that's the only thing I'll say about it, kind of thing. But to go back to what you said in terms of like the combine, I think it's crazy how some teams let the combine change their whole mind on the player after
dictate.
Yeah, like kind of draft them. It's crazy.
And then another thing, like you said, when you're talking about the combine, you look for a few things because only a few things really matter. Like, it's nice to see your athlete or your asset up front, personal, seeing them interact and getting their character and like feeling those thoughts out, kind of thing. But like the 40 broad jump, very few athletic drills here and there to kind of get a overall feeling for the player, right. But I don't think that a combine is gonna like
should be the end all be all. And it goes back to both of you guys' points. Watch the tape.
Yeah.
Do your homework. Yeah. Study the person, the character of the person that you're getting, and does that person fit for your organization? Yeah.
So you guys want to see like a bad example of scouting? What's a kid named Zach Wilson, guy from BYU. I'm not even gonna talk bad about him, but they got
but he's the perfect example. He looked so pretty last year at the combine, and everybody, he's like the next coming of freaking baby Jesus or whoever, and
just not it.
You turn on the tape, and you don't see that on the tape.
And I mean, he's still young, right? So I'm really.
But they practically moved on.
NFL stands for not for long.
I don't think he's, well, right now it will only be year 2 for him, but he's definitely not NFL ready. He needs to sit. Yeah. And he needs to develop. And if it's his time, then it's his time. Because watching film on him in the Jets,
for sure.
You didn't make that read.
Like, I'm just like, bro.
But aside from football as well, he's not a great locker room kind of guy as well. Right. Like when you go up there and lose by 3 points and you only scored 3 points and you say like it's not your fault. You got guys in the locker room who breaking their arms, legs, feeling,
That's why the team wanted what they call it, effing Mike White or.
Oh yeah, Mike White. Yeah, he's legit. But that's another poor example of scouting right there. Like, how do you drive the guy?
And you have.
And I feel like sometimes these kids, like, it's like the job interview effect, like where a job will interview somebody and somebody can say all the right stuff during the interview, but then they know damn well they don't give a damn about the job.
No, all the time.
So it's like the same thing in the league. And I feel like that's exactly what Zach Wilson did. He said the exact right thing to get everybody confident in him. As soon as we got that check, that's it.
That bullshit show about week 3 all the time.
And just let's go away from the conversation. You can use a conversation that's like the combine. You showed him all those crazy arm throws, the slots moving away, throwing across his body, getting the ball out, the ball's jumping out of his hands. He's showing them all the right things, kind of thing in the job interview. And when it's time to play,
you have no pass rushers coming towards you. There's nothing.
Bro, I don't know.
And some of it, in some of these scouting departments, it's like some of these guys get these opportunities, not saying that they're not worth it or deserving of it, and they've never played or experienced sport at a high level. Yeah. Like they've never been, or they haven't.
Okay, let me cut you off. Let me ask a question.
Go ahead.
They get these opportunities. I hear you. Never experienced sports at a high level. But what if they feel like or know they have the passion for it. So and they love the sport.
Mm-hmm.
They do their research. That they're equipped to make those scouting decisions.
I think that there's a difference between like experiencing it. I'm not saying experiencing it like you have to play at a high level kind of thing, but you'll be able to talk about basketball and be able to spot a kid who's talented at a young age, now, your whole life because you've been exposed to a high level of basketball, whether it be New Jersey high school basketball, the Brooklyn Nets, your interest in basketball. So with that being said, you'll be able to spot someone who's, I
understand what you're saying. I just want to clarify for the people, because people get offended when people
I'm
say
not
things
saying,
like, I understand what you're saying, but some people out there.
I'm not saying just because you never played the sport, you wouldn't be able to understand. That's not what I'm saying at all. But what I'm saying is if you haven't experienced being around players, people who
eat, breathe, understand it to a whole nother level, who are coaches on the field, who can read defenses or understand a shift in a defense and tell this is what I'm seeing, this is what I'm doing.
I think I think I might be a good football scout. I think so.
Exactly.
Listen. He hates Joe Burrow. I just want you to know that.
Nah, she can't.
I just want you to know that.
All right. So this is my thing.
When I see the eating people,
you recognize
9
it.
times out of 10, sis be right. Okay? He hates Joe Burrow. But Joe Burrow got the it. I'm just leave that there.
Let me say this. I'm going to look at the camera. Joe Burrow, right? If you ever watch this, bro. I think you're a really good quarterback, but
you're great.
I don't think you there, bro. Let me tell you why. I'm gonna
hear this.
In this game today, and I said it before, if you look at the people other than Tom Brady, who's won the past 5 Super Bowls, they've been dual threat quarterbacks. Right? So you just seen Jalen in the Super Bowl, and I told y'all Jalen was going to ball. And you see him on certain drives where that RPO really just neutralizes defenses where they don't know what to do. So now in the game now, and Lawrence, you can see, you know what I'm talking about, where everything is spread now. Everybody's trying to get to the sideline, right?
The age of a pocket passer is gone.
Exactly.
Is he just a pocket passer?
Bro, come on. Like, yeah, he is. Like, he can run sometimes. I'm saying he's not like a fucking Peyton Manning who can't run for shit. You know what I mean? With Tom Brady. He got some wheels on him. But I
he was
feel
running
like
for his life his first year.
He was,
but that leg got fucked
I think the difference is he got T. Higgins. He has Jamar Chase, who he's had him since. Like, tell me a quarterback who's playing right now, who's playing at a high level, who's played with their receivers since college, who got that type of chemistry.
Let me add this. Jamar Chase. Who's the other kid? T. Higgins is also number 1 receiver.
Bro,
he has 2 number 1 receivers.
That's been his argument.
And you got Tyler Boyd, who's a good number 2.
Who was a number 1 receiver there for a very long time.
That's his argument. And
you got Joe Mixon. Like, let's be honest.
Okay, let's not. Okay, all right. Let's not take away from Joe Burrow being a good quarterback.
This is my argument, though. She always got shit to say about Aaron Rodgers, which is warranted. I'll never be saying nothing, but I personally feel like
he's a good player. It's just
I feel like Aaron Rodgers
be acting up.
Aaron Rodgers, when he first run his ring, he had talent around him. Right? And so when the talent kind of slipped off just a little bit, he ain't never go back. I feel like, personally, because I heard rumors, and we can go into this a little later about the free agency. I remember reading there was T. Higgins looking for a big contract. He looking to as he should, because he's number 1.
This is what the Bengals are going to have to deal with.
Exactly. So he looking for like kind of low key like Daniel Jones, 100 mil, 40, 50, 60 million guaranteed money, right? You already have Jamar Chase, who you're going to pay before T. Higgins. So you have this cap space issue. If you can keep that same team, yes, I'll give Joe Burrow a Super Bowl, honestly. But if you lose one of them weapons, if you lose Joe Mixon,
being a good quarterback to win a Super Bowl, that's Jerry's stamp to prove that he is elite.
But this it gotta be. I feel like, look at Pat Mahomes. He proved it this year to everybody where he ain't need what's his name? Cheetah. Tyreek Hill. He ain't need him. He had fucking Juju. Like, be honest, bro. Juju's okay. But exactly.
And what's his name from the Giants? Who Andy Reid just said is going to be his number one receiver this year. Yes.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
And Skylar Moore. And Valdez Scantling Jr. And he had me.
But this is why This is why you gotta. This is sometimes why you gotta leave ESPN and them alone, because like they talk about they got a rebuilding year. Those guys, every name you just named, the young guys, the dude from the Giants, Skylar Moore, those guys are gonna be stars in this league. They're gonna be really, really, really good. But Patrick Mahomes is just like
on another level.
Yes,
you know you're on another level when Tom Brady, and Tom Brady's a sweetheart. He probably talks to people, but let's be real here. When has it ever been known for Tom Brady at the end of a game to come to your locker room, wait for you, and chop it up with you?
Of course.
And Patrick Mahomes said recently, when it comes to other people that he talks to on a consistent basis to get better, Tom Brady, Peyton, on the jack. On the jack.
So you already know he's going to be, on pace. That's for me. I feel like Jalen possibly has that trajectory. I feel like Lamar does, but they fucking with him in free agency, which we're going to talk about that.
Can we jump into that?
Go ahead. Yeah, of course.
Can we jump into Derek Carr, Aaron Rodgers, Daniel Jones, Lamar Jackson? Okay. Yes. Franchise tag. Some people got tag, non-exclusive, exclusive, etc. etc.
Giants got fucked up. Y'all fucked up, man.
So the tag deadline was 2 days ago? Today's Wednesday. I can't keep up. By the time the episode drop, it's going to be Thursday. Okay, anyway. Derek Carr. If y'all remember, I don't know which one's my camera because, I'm always terrible at this, Marvin. But, peoples, I'm looking at all three of them. Yeah. You guys remember, 2 weeks ago? Yeah. I told Jerry, I wouldn't be surprised if Aaron Rodgers ends up on the Jets. This mug right here, fuck Derek Carr, blah, 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 blah. Surprise,
yeah.
Surprise. I told you, I'm nice with it, right? Surprise. Okay, so Derek Carr puts the Packers in a headlock by signing to the Saints, right? Mm-hmm. Surprise, surprise. $150 or $60 million, including $100 million in total guaranteed money. Say what you want about Derek Carr. Good. I personally think he's a good enough quarterback. Last year, it didn't pan out. I kept saying all season long, let's see if it's really true. You have Josh McDaniels. I'm a Patriots fan.
Sorry.
I know Son very well. His playbook, there's no secret about it, it's not the easiest in the world. Mm. Your IQ, even you hear former players say, or current players, you think you're nice, and he takes you to a whole nother level. Even Devontae Adams said it, right? So that's that. The year before that, though,
just win, bro. Make that shit simple for niggas to understand so they can win. Doing all that extra stuff, bro. I feel like it's Coach Vanity type stuff, bro.
Do you?
Yeah, bro.
Maybe he's complex. But anyway.
But when is he winning, though?
He didn't win last year, obviously, but he has the talent. Well, that defense needs a little bit of help and whatever. But so anyway, Derek Carr has the Packers in a headlock because now the Jets in a headlock. My bad, because now it's just like shit. We ain't get you.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers. What, Jimmy Garoppolo?
Nah,
they better go and pay Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson?
They better stop colluding.
That's the
Was that one of the teams?
That's the hot word of the week, yo. Collusion in the fucking NFL.
Let's say that's JJ Watt came out on Twitter, said it. Ryan Clark was talking about it, bro.
What is up with this? I'm missing something.
What is up with this? Everybody now, these teams, ain't nobody fucking asking you about your plans in free agency. Oh, we're not interested in. What the fuck?
Panthers.
It was Panthers, Raiders.
The whole
Raiders.
NFC South.
Yeah.
Falcons. Baby, y'all need a quarterback.
Come on, bro.
Quarterback. Washington didn't say anything.
No, Washington saying.
Miami.
No, Washington is out.
Washington is out. Miami said something, which is crazy because just a few days ago, you guys said you're open to all possibilities
With Tua.
with quarterback. And then, alleged rumor, Tom Brady might come back. Why would these things be said if Tom Brady was linked to Miami? So that,
it is
to me,
collusion,
to
though.
me, Tua, with those 3 concussions, even though he's, a good player when he's healthy,
I agree.
There's a question at quarterback in Miami.
I agree. I'm a big fan of Tua, and I could openly say that it will be, if you can do better.
Yeah, see if you can try to get it. But see, this is the problem, and this is really collusion because I feel like.
But tell the people before you dive in for those that don't know. Lamar Jackson did get franchise tag, but he got the non-exclusive tag.
Yeah, so now a team can come in and give him a deal, but the team can match it, and if they match it, they'll have to give away 2 draft picks to be able to get him.
And also, on my birthday, the Ravens do have until July 17th to give him a multi-million-dollar deal.
Yeah. So all right. So this is why I feel like it's collusion, right? See, the game fucked up for the NFL because y'all lucrative TV deals, ain't people really know that about it 10 years ago. Now everybody know about your lucrative deals. You got YouTube now, you got Amazon Prime. So now y'all making buku bread. Everybody cap space is going up. So now you want to talk about your free market. Exactly. You want to talk about your free market, you this and that. So now everybody know you got the money.
Yeah.
So now so Lamar not stupid. Now y'all got the bag now. Y'all better fucking pay me.
Is the issue that Lamar doesn't have
fuck that's bullshit. That's what they trying to use to
an agent? Is that the issue? If him having an agent,
so let me tap in on that.
Thank you. I'm gonna ask somebody that know.
All right, this is from an unbiased, this is just from a eye-opening point of view. Owners do not like spending money. What we're witnessing here is our owners choosing to save their pocket, their egos over their competitive, franchise and business endeavors or whatever the case may be, right?
They contradicting themselves, basically.
Literally, as we speak right now. So how can you tell a young 25, 26-year-old who former MVP who has a record of 45-16, that he's not worth X, Y, and Z.
At least
really the top dollar.
At least $200 million, because.
No offense to Daniel Jones, but if I'm a GM and Daniel Jones comes to my office and asks for $40 million, good luck. Go get it from somewhere else.
Exactly. That's the person you franchise tag. That's the person you non-exclusively franchise tag.
I'll non-exclusive tag you if someone's willing to pay that. Cool, no problem. Move on, kind of thing. But with Lamar Jackson, this is a generational talent, and what we're seeing, there's no way that we franchise. I'm the Baltimore Ravens. We franchise tag him, and you guys down the line say, "Oh, now we're good," because.
So do you think that other teams are trying to avoid paying him?
Other teams,
do you think that's what it really is about?
Owners are so against guaranteed deals. They do not want that precedent to be set with Deshaun Watson doing that, especially with the circus going on around him. It was kind of like a slap in the face.
This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to manipulate the free market because at the end of the day, Deshaun Watson was this talent, right? And he got this amount of money. So now when a person who's this talent needs to get the more money, he needs to reset the market. They don't want him to reset the market.
Refresh my memory. Didn't Deshaun get this type of money twice? Because I remember the Texans.
Houston Texans paid him handsomely.
Paid him.
Yeah.
Gave him that bag and then drama off the field. But because of his talent.
That's it. He restructured the market to where he was the top quarterback. So of course, the best, there is no debate.
Right.
Lamar Jackson is the best quarterback that's available. He's a restricted free agent. I mean, not No, he has a franchise tag, so they can franchise him. But as far as availability to teams, he is the best. So that person, by definition, if you're talking free market, is the person that will restructure the market for quarterbacks.
Oh, we had that conversation. Too.
Exactly. So now everybody don't want that to happen because they mad at what happened with Deshaun Jackson. So now they all colluding. Nah, they're gonna come out and say up front, well, we don't want. Low key, you know, you fucking need it.
When somebody from the Ravens, I want to say it was Eric DeCosta, but I want to be careful. But when Deshaun got that deal,
he was so against it on the record.
On record, so sticky,
another behind the scenes for the people who don't know, right? When it's time to go in for your contract, right, and you're negotiating your contract, agent or not. Once you know some of this information, it's like you can continue to pay your agent and let him do all the work, or you could take this information, learn, and kind of not self-educate, but you know what you're doing. You know how your payroll is being processed, kind of thing. So how it's broken down, you have your stats, your injuries, and all that kind of listed across the board, right? Every single player's contract is on there. I've been shown this. And when it's time to negotiate, you go down and you look at your stats and you compare them to the best of and who got paid this and who got paid what and who got. So to come out here and say that he's asking for too much or this or that.
And we don't even know the numbers because everybody's throwing random numbers out.
Exactly. It's kind of like laughable to think that as a competitor, as an athlete, as a human being, that you would take less than what you provided for year after year, regardless of the injury.
Proof is in the pudding.
Exactly. You could say injury this, injury that. 45 and 16.
Bro, come on.
45 injury this.
And it's the NFL, right? People get injured. And you see what happens when you don't have a Lamar Jackson running your offense.
And let's backtrack just a little tiny bit more. Just like you said about the TV deals and the this and all these. The owners aren't broke. You're not struggling to cut a check.
Every year they're going to keep the cap going to keep getting higher and higher. So don't talk to me about you can't pay. That's not the issue.
That's not the issue.
You don't want the market to be restructured now. You don't want the new barrier to be higher
and guaranteed.
Exactly.
And guaranteed
because once the quarterbacks start getting guaranteed, you know who's next. These wide receiver ones, and then you know who's next. I'm hitting these wide receiver ones. I can't even touch them. And the next thing you know, the whole league is going to be guaranteed. The owners it's bad business for them at that point.
That was on my thing. Guaranteed money. Like, should players get guaranteed money? But Aaron Rodgers meeting with the Jets. Jerry thinks Aaron Rodgers is going to play everybody because, you know, that's how he has a history of just, you know, being a little different.
Selfish.
But
one calls different, we all call selfish.
But this is the first time Aaron Rodgers has publicly said and show that, okay, I'm open to talking to somebody else. So to me, that shows the beginning of severance in the relationship. At the Combine, GM of the Packers spoke about Jordan Love. So that's another thing that is showing me that relationship. I've been screaming from the mountaintop for maybe 2 seasons now. That motherfucker gotta go.
Jordan? Or
no, Aaron. And not because like they have to divorce.
Yeah,
in order for both parties to do what they do best, they have to divorce. So, do you guys think this is for real? Or Aaron Rodgers is just fucking playing games and he's bullshitting? If he gets traded, his contract is going to be a little complicated because, you know, he signed all that money. So, the contract is to 2024, really 2026, but to 2025 and 2026 and some other stuff. He has $108.8 million until 2024 with $59.5 million guaranteed this year.
Sheesh. I think you gotta be crazy to walk away from
you
guy
got
like
that. All right? 60 mil? That's a lot. But.
If I have to give my honest opinion, I think that Aaron Rodgers, he's at an age where he kind of like sees the game of football for what it is. He's very aware that he's on his last few maybe last year, few years of playing football. I think he's very intentional on being a part of a contender or contending team kind of thing. And I think that the first point, he kind of take the game for what it is. He realizes that it's not going to be a part of his life, you know, for the rest. And it's kind of tough with everyone else watching, and we all want so much urgency, so much. It's football, hurry up, money. We want everything to happen so fast, kind of thing. Right. And with him, it's just like, well, yeah, I'll get there when I get there. Like, I know who I am. I know what I bring to the table. And as a fan, it's like, we don't want to hear that. We don't want to, like, we know that too, but, like, we don't want to hear you say that.
But football doesn't even allow you to do it. It's like, what have you done for me lately?
Now, especially with
like,
today's media, yeah. So I think, with that being said, I think Aaron Rodgers will play football this season.
For the Jets? I said it. I wouldn't be surprised if Lamar Jackson ends up in fucking the Dolphins. Like, I wouldn't be surprised about anything.
Yeah. If I was Eric Bieniemy, I would be. I'm sorry to go back to Lamar
Jackson.
If I was Eric Bieniemy, I would be
like,
in
you
the GMs. I would be up
now.
there. As soon as I saw that headline on TV, I would be up there in arms. I would be
like right now.
You guys have nothing. You've
have
done
Scary
nothing.
Terry.
You guys have a poverty franchise.
Curtis Samuel.
Like, bro,
the
have
running back.
oh
my gosh, I forgot his name. The young gentleman that had that incident.
Brian Robinson.
Oh,
shout out to Curtis Samuel. I think he's a lot better than what any fantasy league.
No, Curtis Samuel is nice.
Yeah,
he's a good.
He's like a low-key Debo, I feel like.
Yeah.
He was Debo before Debo.
Debo. That's facts.
They just realized Debo was what he was and put him in every position.
And let's be clear here. Curtis Samuel is nice, but when you have a team that's switching out quarterbacks every 3 weeks because, is it Taylor Heineke? Is it fucking Carson Wentz, who doesn't have a team right now? So he is nice.
So I feel like with Aaron, man, like,
New York media, I think he can. I mean, it's New York. Wait,
man.
I don't. It depends because you know how New York media is. Yeah. They gonna love the Jets. Fans are fucking thirsty. They need a quarterback, so they gonna love him.
Quarterback since Joe Namath.
But when that part. But when you on your bullshit, let's keep it real. New York gonna be like, yo, my man, what's up? You fucking up.
Zach Wilson got the
you fucking up.
Welcome to reality, bro. But I think that in terms of handling the media, I think that Aaron Rodgers is such a like. I think all of that NFL-ness that we attach with some athletes, or like that stardom that we think these athletes possess. I think that, not saying that he's not a superstar, not saying that he's not on that level, but I'm saying as him, he doesn't see himself as like a Pat Mahomes or like he sees himself as a Aaron Rodgers. He's gonna do what he wants to do.
He's a little different.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I say Aaron Rodgers. You can't really
see. This is what I think he's gonna do. He's gonna go around. He's gonna talk to everybody. He's gonna see what everybody has to say because everybody's kind of pushing him. Low key, the Green Bay Packers is kind of pushing him. Like, go start talking to other people. So he's gonna do it. He's gonna go. He's gonna
to handle that.
But he got to, right. See, he kind of like. I feel like he kind of like played himself in a way. Like he went to this darkness retreat. So now you can't go to this darkness retreat, come back, I'm staying in Green Bay. Everybody like, fuck you, everybody. I care about you no more. So he gotta like do the whole, I gotta go to these teams. But then what's gonna happen is.
You think he gonna stay?
Of course he's gonna stay, because this is what's gonna happen. People gonna say, well, Aaron, man, you getting $60 million, man. I mean, can you really play for this type of team? And his ego gonna get hurt. Like, what? You talking to me, Aaron Rodgers?
Right.
2-time MVP.
But you don't think that's gonna push him to prove people wrong?
No, I don't feel like he thinks he has to. Like he's like Lauren said, like he is who he is. People know who he is. He's a superstar already. He has his whole life mapped out. He goes every offseason. He does his celebrity golf thing. He's a big brand. He's already this big guy already. He has nothing to prove to nobody. I think deep down he won't tell nobody, but he still wants to win.
His mind, right.
Yeah, he wants to win again. So he feels like, damn, man, Green Bay probably don't really want me like that. Not the fans, but the organization don't really want me like that. So I have to. I'll look like more of an asshole if I don't do this whole charade where I go out and talk to the other team. But see, his ego gonna get hurt when he go to these teams.
So he hasn't looked like an asshole before.
I think to this level, no. Like I think
he has.
He's
it's
like
just that everybody's had blinders on. Okay,
but because he's won, though.
Entitled.
He's won enough. He's won enough. But see now,
he's won what?
He's gone to the
won
playoff
what?
game. He's won a Super Bowl. He's
Won
brought them
30 years ago.
Ain't no 30 years ago.
She said, "I'm tired of it."
He's done. I'm saying this. The whole media has always put Aaron Rodgers on this pedestal. So even
because he's an amazing talent.
Exactly. So look, when you've been put on a pedestal, when you have leeway to be an asshole, and people, they won't call you arrogant. They'll just say it's confidence, right? But see, now I think the relationship, like you're saying with divorce, the relationship has gotten so sour now, where everybody's kind of looking like, Aaron, bro, you actually really got to go out here and go somewhere else because you can't be here no more. Because low key, Green Bay's just kind of giving you the shrug, like, get the fuck out of here.
With Jordan Love, he's already
exactly. So they drafted Jordan Love. They do all this. So, but I think
people are gonna be surprised by that project.
But they need to give him a chance to play.
Yeah,
he has to play.
For sure.
So at the end of the day, I think it's gonna come down to his ego, and no team is gonna give him exactly what he wants.
Maybe the Jets. They might be desperate enough to bend backwards.
I think if he was making moves, you have to go to the Jets, man.
He would have to.
They play.
I think his ego will have to shrink. I think
a player like Aaron Rodgers, the Jets. You're in the AFC East that used to be dominated by one team and one team only. But now you have
a free for all.
A free for all. You want to prove yourself, right?
Why does he have to prove himself?
Not prove himself like
Aaron
that.
Rodgers now. Think about him.
Maybe prove yourself is the wrong thing. But you got to show like, yeah, I'm Aaron Rodgers. I'm that dude.
Does he
I'm
though?
not scared of anything. I'll take the challenge.
We all feel like he needs to think that, but does he think that?
But look,
he already think he that nigga. He don't got to prove nothing to nobody.
Let's take a football perspective too. They're probably telling him all the X's and O's about who they have, the players, what they have to offer him.
And they do have talent.
That defense,
on the Jets.
I don't care what nobody say. That defense is.
Can I ask you a question? OTAs.
Mm-hmm.
I know this isn't 1994 football anymore.
Yeah.
Does it matter that you work out with your guys before the season starts? Because I think that's part of his problem. You have a whole bunch of young guys on the Jets. The Jets are a young team.
Yeah.
You didn't build that chemistry with your young talent on the Packers. You expected them to be where they are. If he goes to the Jets, is he going to carry that same mindset there?
I think.
Does it matter? Not matter? Like the
OTAs
question.
and minicamp.
OTAs, minicamps, building camaraderie with your guys. Like not every player is like Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes. Like, yo, Lawrence, we gonna practice at Weequahic High School and throw the football.
I think it's all different between like organization and how you value it, and you also have like the NFLPA who are. I don't know if people know this, who are against OTAs.
They definitely are.
And
they're against all of that
last
stuff.
CBA, they make sure to cut how much physical you can be during OTAs because they ain't like that shit.
And let me, like, for you guys watching, and why did they do that, right? Because you can get hurt in the OTA and minicamp, and you could be a rookie, and they don't have to sign you. They don't have to.
That's all.
They could, or you could be, a first round guy, get hurt in a mini camp, OTA or something like that. And there's this thing that you sign in your contract called this. It's not technically called the split, but it's basically a split. So when you get hurt, you hear the term IR. That IR, you have IR pay too. So like you have a guy, you can go from being paid. D-Hop was making 1 year probably like 1 point something a game, right? He gets hurt. That 1 point something can go down to 50, 60, 70, 100,000. Yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine, and he had got hurt, and he was thinking about not going back into the league, not rehabbing or whatever. And they called him. The front office was like, yeah, like you appealed your case, like since you got hurt at this week during the season, you're gonna get your regular game check or whatever. And he told me, he was like, yeah, like seeing the $40,000 check had my face a little like.
Because when you used to making a certain amount.
And I was just thinking like.
That shit hurt you like. And a heartburn.
Yeah, so.
I know people probably sidebar, Lawrence. People probably listening, or when they tune in, they like, you know a lot. What the hell?
So you don't want to. No.
He a mystery. He the mystery guest. I love that.
But so back to like the OTAs and stuff like that.
He's knowledgeable. That's all.
That's all gonna be like I think that like the media like to play this game, but like, oh, he's not doing this, he's not doing that. I think that it's all more of like a culture. Like you guys come in, you like, and if you being real, you giving a bunch of, let me look at the camera, you giving a bunch of young 20 to 25-year-olds a lot of money. It's hard to tell guys what to do, how to do it, when they do it, when they you know.
That's true.
And then they're 1%ers. They've been 1%ers their all life. They've been treated like 1%ers. So it's kind of like
their entire life.
Yeah,
right?
so we get surprised when some of these guys react or personalities are the way they are, and it's just like we should actually just take a step back and look at how they've been interacting with people, and then you wouldn't be surprised at all. Like you wouldn't, like it kind of wouldn't be.
I'm not surprised. I'm just
see. This is what I think. Yeah, I think you have. I think a lot of people aren't putting their minds in the mind of Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
See, we want to see a competitor
because he's different.
But he's not really that different.
Nah,
he's just
different.
selfish.
Let
me tell you,
bro.
he's selfish. Let me tell you. Let me tell you like this, right? When you've been at this type of height for so long, you become a lot more risk averse, okay? In the sense of you don't have to take big risks that much. You already that guy.
Yeah.
Other than winning the Super Bowl, if something isn't definitive where I can win a Super Bowl definitively, that's the real only best risk, right? It's kind of like when I know it's gonna be weird, but like we talk about like hip hop, where like certain people didn't want to beef with other people because if they beef with somebody who's kind of less than them, there's no better risk for them. It's kind of like risk averse. You only lose in that situation. Aaron Rodgers is the same thing. You have to understand. He's are the Jets that much better than Green Bay? Not that much, bro. They're not that. They are. The defense is good, but if you want to stack up,
last year,
they don't have a like. If you looked at Tampa Bay before they got
Tom
Brady, right? They had Mike Evans. They had Leonard Fournette. They had
they didn't have Lenny. They had Mike Evans. They had
Chris Godwin. So they had offensive talent, right? Okay, you got the rookie. You got young players, but you got an All-Pro on the team. I get that, but not all the time skill always translates into winning. There's a lot of teams that have skillful players that don't really win. So now you're talking about Aaron Rodgers, who's in a good situation that he goes back next year, he plays good, they go into the playoffs. He always, in Green Bay, he always has a chance to go into the playoffs. I know we want him to win, but listen, look. So now I have this good situation.
Green Bay do the same thing every year.
But
it's rinse and repeat. And that
but see, you get him to the playoffs. They get you to the playoffs.
Defense is hit or miss, okay?
I agree.
Aaron Rodgers can play lights out. What's up with the coverage?
Exactly.
What's
up with San Fran? That's their Achilles heel when they meet in the playoffs.
I agree.
What's up with the Giants when they meet in the playoffs?
I agree. But let me listen. You gotta look at him on his standpoint.
I'm over it.
There is no situation in the league right now that will pay
Aaron.
him $60 million that it is that much substantially better situation than Green Bay. So why would a guy like him take that risk? Because really, if you take that risk and you go to the Jets and you lose, now you done fucked up your career. Because now everybody gonna say you really can't win.
What you mean now? I'm gonna end it like this. Okay.
Okay.
When it comes to Aaron Rodgers, F your career, bro. You won once, and I mean that with all due respect.
Be a Hall of Famer, though, right?
And that's okay. That's okay.
A Hall of Famer.
He's still a Hall of Famer. He's still one of the best talents that we've seen.
And nobody would doubt it. But if you go to the Jets and you lose, now we all gonna say, "Damn, is he really that good?" Though?
I've been saying that.
All right, but that's you.
No, I think Aaron Rodgers is a solidified Hall of Famer. I think, when he retired 2-3 years down the line, we gonna look at this and be like, yo, what was he doing?
But let me ask you this. Go ahead.
Did you land the plane or not?
I'm about to land it right here with this question.
Okay.
I want both of y'all to answer this. Right. I already know your answer because you low-key hating on him. But I want Lawrence because he really kind of like, he not hating on him. So, Lawrence, you look at Aaron Rodgers' illustrious career, right? Mm-hmm. So now he has two diversions, right? So, one, he goes to the Jets.
I think he should.
But he loses. Mm-hmm. He never goes to the playoffs again, right? So that's one divergent. And then another one is he stays in Green Bay. He goes to the playoffs, but he loses every time in the first round. Are you looking at his legacy different from the Jets in the sense of if he never goes to the playoffs again with the Jets, how are you looking at him versus if he stays in Green Bay and he goes to the playoffs and he loses? How are you looking at him for either one?
I think some people may blame the Jets. As
if I'm being honest, let
Aaron Lawrence answer.
But no, that's
women's
floor is yours. No, if I'm being honest, yeah, like she said, it's gonna be a win-win for dude because he's so much of a
really
like it's not saying that from my perspective, it's gonna be a win-win for him.
Just
right?
Overall, you think? Just
but
overall.
The Jets have nothing to show for it, bro. Like they have they're like the not I'm not calling them a poverty franchise, but you're a poverty franchise when it comes to achievements.
Because this motherfucker hate to win. I'm right.
So when you think about it, right? That's like LeBron going to Cleveland. You can't be mad if you win the championship. You can't be mad if you don't win the championship.
But he won 2 with Miami, though. You feel me? Like,
I'm saying, if he never won a championship at Cleveland, we would all look at that move from leaving from Miami to Cleveland for what?
But we would have respected him because he played in Cleveland, and Cleveland hated him.
But we still would look at it like if he never walked out of Cleveland the second time with a championship, we would all look at that stint as like, we
would blame it on Cleveland,
right? We wouldn't look at we wouldn't take anything away from LeBron. We would just look at it. We would look at it and be like, "Why'd you do that?" We wouldn't say, "LeBron, you did less, or you provided less, you are less than any of that kind of thing." So it would be like, Aaron Rodgers. I'm telling you this.
Okay, guys, because it's almost time to wrap up. So we are going to talk about, because we're going to be here for the all season, and we're going to tackle the different divisions and what each team needs. We're just going to do a quick round because time is almost up, and I hate it. This was a great show.
Yeah, it was.
But we're going to start with the AFC East. For those of you who don't know who's in the AFC East, we have the Bills, we have the Dolphins, we have the Patriots, and we have the Jets. Bills, what do you guys, anybody could take it, everybody can take it. What do you guys think that the Bills need this offseason?
Offensive coordinator.
I'm out of here.
Can I say mine?
What's his name? Is out for this season, unknown reasons, right?
Who?
Oh my gosh, Frazier.
Player or coach?
No, coach for the Bills.
I think they had 3 offensive coordinators like the last 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Dable was the one who took Josh Allen.
Right, but the black guy. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking.
Yeah, I can't think. Yeah.
I'm tired.
But the Bills, I would say, if I had to just say a position, what would the Bills need? I would say they would look to solidify that back end with some players leaving, the freak incident with DeMar Hamlin, and I would say as a fan, as a spectator of the sport, watching Jordan Poyer and his counterpart at safety, it was like, that's a nice
Micah Hyde.
Yeah, Micah Hyde. So replacing that would be important to them. I think they have a superstar team already. They have an offensive talented team. Have crazy linebackers. Hopefully Tre'Davious White gets back to being Tre'Davious White. Yeah, and you got Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs. Like, it's hard to.
So can I go mine now?
You can go.
So I think if the Giants do which they probably won't, but if they do the non-exclusive tag on Saquon, go get Saquon. Pay that man. Get you.
Saquon locked in for $10 million, is he not?
Yeah.
Did they get him a franchise?
Yeah.
Did they?
After that deal with Daniel Jones and opening, it kind of effed him up because now he can't test the market. But he is locked in for the Giants, and they're not going to get it. But the Bills need a running back.
They do.
The Bills need a receiver because Isaiah McKenzie and the other Isaiah McKenzie, I'm sorry I forgot your name, isn't doing it.
Go get Derrick Henry. Because I heard the Titans
are shopping Derrick Henry.
That's what if you got Derrick Henry, bro,
which is crazy.
That shit, you going.
That's tough.
That's
man.
tough.
Do you stack the box or do you cover?
Bro,
we know they need a pass rush.
Yeah.
Like we know that outside of Von and their linemen, you have Rodgers Saffold and I think his name is Tremaine Edmonds, who are due to hit free agency. So they need to tighten up. And those are just my personal spell. Okay. Patriots. I know you don't like the Patriots, so you don't want to talk about them.
Sorry, man. Just pay somebody.
Well, they got the most important position covered.
They got the most money.
A goddamn offensive coordinator.
Oh.
We fucking needed that.
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh and the Patriots, the worst offensive coordinators in the league.
So Bill Belichick. Go throw $200 million at Lamar, bro. If you get Lamar on the Patriots, it's different.
You know what's so crazy?
Because you got to get rid of Mac Jones. I'm sorry, bro.
Keep Lamar away from the Patriots.
He's a hater.
Keep Lamar away from there. Let's keep him smiling.
Corners. I think the Patriots need corners.
Yeah.
You have Jonathan Jones, who just hit the free agency.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what the Patriots tend to do. They let they guys hit free agency and be like, oh, nobody wants you to come back.
They don't pay him. They don't pay
Or
nobody.
look, trade for DeAndre because the Cardinals looking to get rid of DeAndre Hopkins.
But they need a receiver.
My statement was going to be, go get a star at some position, and hopefully someone was going to be like, yo, he's up there. He's making it, like, not making it happen in terms of play, in terms of living, and then maybe they'll attract some names.
I don't think that, because they fake went all out 2 years ago when they got Hunter Henry and they got Jonnu Smith, who it didn't work out for Jonnu Smith there. Then you got Devontae Parker.
Yeah, I know.
Who's calling the plays though?
Now it's Bill O'Brien.
No, before they got all that talent, and it's
and
like.
Joe Judge.
See, Bill, this is my thing, Bill. You got too used to getting bare minimum key players.
Don't violate.
No, because y'all had Tom fucking Brady. Okay, you ain't got Tom Brady no more.
Yeah,
go splurge in the free agency. Go get some real talent. So the city of Boss can be happy.
Stop making Daddy Kraft richer. I'm sorry.
Robert Kraft, you love black people. You be around Meek Mill and shit.
And never
so go
cut
pay
a check.
some of these niggas,
Never
okay?
cut a check.
Go get you some real talent.
Never cut a check. Thank you. Somebody think what I think. Robert Kraft ain't signed a deal since I don't know when.
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't think Robert Kraft will mind spending the bread. It's just Bill Belichick.
Man.
I gotta blame somebody. Sorry. Okay. Jets. Obviously, they need a quarterback.
Yep.
Obviously, they need a quarterback. Obviously, they got a two-headed beast at running back. They got a franchise receiver. I got a franchise receiver on a rookie deal.
They have a nice one. I think personally, Sauce Gardner.
Yeah.
One of the best rookies.
Yeah.
Him and young boy on the Broncos.
Surtain.
Surtain. Yeah, I think those two.
You think he's better than his father, Patrick Surtain?
Oh, Patrick Surtain?
Yes.
Too soon to tell.
Because his father was
and he was hurt this year.
And it's also, a lot of people don't realize when you're over six anything playing cornerback, that's
tough,
like
because corners usually.
Yeah, that's an elite level of athleticism, skills, like training. So and it also like gives you so much more freedom to cover guys and like
he could be longer.
But I would say, who are we talking about? The Jets.
The Jets.
Oh yeah, they need they got C.J. Mosley in the middle doing the thing. They got Quentin Williams in the middle doing the thing.
The Jets are nice on paper.
Yeah, maybe another pass rusher or somebody in the back end, like a young back end guy who could run sideline to sideline.
Wait, you said sidebar. You said they have two great running backs. Who are you talking about? You including Bryce Hall? You're not including James Robinson, right?
I'm including Breece Hall.
And Michael Carter?
Yeah, Michael Carter.
I thought you was including James Robinson.
See, but I think, didn't the Chargers let go of Khalil Mack, right? Or they getting rid of him?
They're going to create space.
So if they got him, I think if they could get like a veteran passer, like a Khalil Mack there on those, that might be a good look. Yeah, that would be a good look.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of signing veteran players.
You're a hater. Dolphins. Quarterback is very questionable. I think they need a running back.
They do.
They have Mostert, right? But I think they need a running back.
Yeah.
Those are only two positions I think they need. But obviously they have to shore up on
Who
defense.
do they have outside on the outside?
Exactly,
covering?
they have to shore up on defense because when I was watching them last year, they played defense pretty depending on their opponent, but they were sketchy.
The Rams, I'm reading this now on Twitter. The Rams is looking to ship Jalen. Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah,
that would be a nice look.
That's been a rumor upon the internet.
He's out of there.
I think he's out of there. Yeah, I think that would be a nice look for the Dolphins. That would be a nice look for them.
And he's going to a contender.
Exactly.
If they have a quarterback.
Yeah, that's yeah. But I mean, he was in Jacksonville, so I mean, it ain't gonna be,
Yeah,
kind of be going back to Florida,
Yeah.
Who they need? I think it all starts with the quarterback position.
And we need to figure out real talk. I know it's early, but it's a little concerning, and we will talk about that on next week's episode. Only time will tell what's going on with Tua. Yeah. Because that's a little concerning.
Yeah,
it is.
No comment, but
that's a little concerning right now.
All business aside, football aside, I think that his parents need to be educated on what they're trying to pull him back from. Because I don't think, even with my experience, I don't. If I have a kid, I'm not letting my kid come back from 3 concussions in one season.
And I know it's hard as an athlete because it's hard to. Or anybody that's doing something that they love, I know it's hard, but
it's your brain.
And we've seen other players retired early. Austin Collie and other players,
Devon Best,
retire early because they've got multiple concussions in one season.
What Byron Jones said? He tweeted. He was like, he retired after 8 seasons in the league or whatever, and he was basically saying, like, everyone was like, oh, how could you retire? And he was like, because he jumped, like, the furthest broad jump and had that crazy, thing at the combine. And he was like, yeah, I can't do any of what I used to do anymore. Like, I can barely, like, live a life without pain, like a normal life away from football without, like, physical pain and have to go to physical therapy and And he was like, if I'd have known this was, like, the outcome that I was gonna get out of cut my career short, 3-4 years or whatever.
Rodgers, Starbuck, Troy Aikman. There's plenty of football players who said they've gotten concussed to the point they don't even remember half of the game. I really want to say is Rodgers, Starbuck that said that he had to stop playing early because he would have been like the first Tom Brady played for a long time because he was just that nice.
Yeah.
But if his doctors didn't tell him, you have to stop playing now because you've been concussed, so like your brain is going to be mush.
Yeah.
If he would have kept playing, he would have been done.
And people don't realize, like, they try to, oh, we're doing this to make the game safer. It's a violent sport.
It's very violent.
Point blank period. What people don't realize is football has 100% injury rate. 100% injury rate. There's no way of getting around it, beating it, being tougher, being smarter, outsmarting it. And another thing is like, learn what a concussion is. Like, learn what's going on, in that brain of yours and what's actually happening. Because they want to talk about making the league safe. They don't want to tell you what's going on in the concussion. Like, come on now, like. And it's like you could be physically tough all you want in terms of like, oh, I'm gonna battle back from this injury and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and it's like that's cool. But when you have like long-term health side effects or whatever, like
is it going to pay for it now or pay for it later?
I think that these leagues, and this is why the argument of guaranteed pay kind of thing should like.
I think they need to be guaranteed pay, but I think we're overtime, guys. Oh my gosh, this episode was so good. I say this like almost every week. But thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to share, like, subscribe. We'll holler at you later. Lawrence, thank you for coming on.
No problem,
I think you should come back.
I'll be back.
Definitely.
You just a hater. But we're going to end it on that note later, guys. Thanks for watching. Later.
New women, old ways, never wifey, old babes, and they going both ways. Hot nights.